problem are you guys trying to solve?
Yeah, so the problem we're trying to solve is it's just too long, it's too hard and take too long a time to build mobile apps.
Right.
And enterprises have this huge queue of applications they want to mobilize, both to give out to their customers, but actually really more for internal use for their own employees.
Sure, and probably that's quite a important distinction as well. Is who is the target for the mobile app?
Yeah, so for us, we're primarily looking at internal-facing applications. Although we do have some situations where people are selling their app to their customers as well.
Sure. So focusing on those enterprise apps, those enterprise Windows apps that have been around for years, decades perhaps, and bringing them to a new modern mobile world.
That's right, and not just Windows apps.
Sure.
So it's really one of the big things that's different about the PowWow platform is that we really have this breadth of the kind of platforms that we support. So we support web apps. We do a lot of work on web apps. A lot of people have web apps that they think might work on mobile devices. They don't. It's really a whole new world when you go to mobile. And so we have a process for converting web applications. We have a process for converting Windows applications, Java applications.
Right.
And then we see a set of specialized applications, things like Lotus Notes, SAP GUI, a bunch of other very special systems like that.
Right.
And we can even mobilize those kind of systems. That's one of the unique things about our technology.
So perhaps spinning it around the other way, what can't you? What type of apps can't? Is it easy to say? Is there a particular ones that don't work with the technology?
You know, we're not really set up for really rich multimedia intensive. Like if you're doing video playing or something like that might not be the right target for us. But honestly, almost all the applications that you see in an enterprise are really ideal for our technology.
Okay. Look, one thing that I start thinking about though is this a transition sort of technology, right? You know, there's legacy apps. Enterprise might be wanting to build an HTML5 app, but hey, that's going to take us 5 years to do that, or a couple of years.
Right.
So I mean, do people sometimes think your technology is your solution is just a legacy, a transition?
Yeah, that's a great question. So from our perspective, we see it. We see the natural evolution as that bridge. Now, that bridge takes a lot longer than people think, right? If you'd asked about how many Windows apps are you going to still be using in 2016, people would have said, well, it's going to be converted to web by then. But of course, everybody's still using Windows apps.
I'm not going away very fast.
Right. So this transition takes a long time. But that doesn't mean that PowWow is only useful when you have older technologies. We really have geared our technology and our experience around building the UI and the user experience for mobile applications. And so we think of our technology itself as a bridge. So you can build the user experience, give it to users today on your existing backend, and then behind the scenes, you can do your migration. You can migrate into REST APIs. You can migrate into more backend as a service. All these different enterprise architectures that you might choose, and you can keep the same mobile experience.
Right.
Using PowWow. So you might start with an application that's based 90% on existing Windows applications, and you might transition to an application that's 90% new.
Right.
The great news about that, though, is you always find those 1 or 2 use cases, that 10%, right, of stuff that you really, wouldn't it be great if I could just bring in my old SAP app? Wouldn't it be great if I could bring in my old Oracle app for this one little function? And so we allow you to build those hybrid applications, which are mostly new functionality, with a little bit of the old mixed in.
Right. Okay. Once again, I guess I wasn't aware that what you could do with your product was to take different technologies in the back end and bring them into a single interface on the mobile device.
Yeah, that's really powerful. We're seeing a lot of customers do that, both because they have new use cases that are evolving over time, but also because they're reinventing, they're transforming their business, and this is where it sits here. So people are transforming their business around digital. This is really happening.
Yeah.
And you look at the difference between a traditional retailer versus an Apple store, right? There's a fundamental difference that people are walking around with their mobile devices doing things they didn't used to do on their mobile device. It's changing how they do business. And so we're starting to see people do that in all kinds of different technologies, in retail, in manufacturing, in transportation, and even in enterprise. We're working with a number of hospital systems, for example, where they want their nurses to be mobilized. And so it's a combination of repurposing their existing use cases, but also adding new use cases. So for the nurses, we're adding barcode scanning to their medication delivery to reduce errors.
And something else that I thought about as well, as you've been describing that, something that just came to my mind was I guess you're providing your customers with a lot of flexibility as well, right? If you went out and said, we need to build a mobile app for this purpose to replace this Windows app, that mobile app is going to do, maybe 10%, maybe 1% of the Windows app, right? You're always going for a particular workflow. If you went and built an app for that, you've coded it, you're done, you've got some code that does a specific purpose. Right. So I guess with your product, you could go back in and change that workflow fairly easily.
Yes. So the iterative. So I think there are two things that are really important. One is the iterative nature of it. Right. We firmly believe that most mobile projects, the way they look is that someone starts off with an idea, and then they build a UI mock-up, then they build it's a kind of classic waterfall methodology, and you end up with your mobile app 2 years later.
Sure. Yeah.
We really believe that by transforming your existing apps to start with, you can get something into the hands of the users quickly. They're the ones who are going to give you the use cases. They're the ones who are going to help it. And then instead of waiting 2 years to get the feedback, you've done 12 iterations of the app.
A lot more agile.
That 2 year cycle comes up. So that's really important. In this demonstration, we're showing transforming a Windows application that was created that is an older Windows application, as you can see. It's hosted right now on Zen Desktop. And what we're doing is we're transforming it into a mobile application. So you can see this is a sort of one of your standard old Windows applications, and we can make use of it, but it's not very mobile friendly. Sure. Right? All the interactions are designed for mouse and keyboard.
Mm-hmm. So all these drop downs on a mobile device would be very hard to use.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All of this UI would be very hard to use if you were just bringing this in. So what we do is, while we're running this application in the Citrix session, in the same session that's running, we're running a container that's actually intercepting all the messages this application is sending to the operating system. And out of that, we're capturing information about each screen of the mobile app and the data that's on each of those screens. So this is what we're capturing from the application. Based on that data, we're able to use drag and drop to really quickly build a mobile application and associate each field of the mobile application with some of that data in that original application.
Awesome. So you're building the app here, no coding, just drag and drop.
Drag and drop. We're giving you a best-in-class environment. So this is under the covers. This is generating a native mobile app. It gets distributed as an IPA or APK file. Works on Android, works on iOS. It's fully responsive. You can create different views for different types. And it's based under the covers on best-in-class technologies like Cordova, Angular, Ionics. So this is actually, it's a real environment that you can build, the business user can build it. But if you want to dig in with a web developer, you can go and make improvements to it. So when I publish the application, as I said, it generates a native mobile app that I can then use on my mobile device. So you can see here's the one-touch application. I go ahead and launch it, and when I launch it, you can see it makes use of a lot of the features of the original device. So we call these smart features, things like being able to add Touch ID to the application. So you can see I authenticate with Touch ID. And then I can go in each of these screens. You see the performance. Everything is totally native as I'm doing it. Right, all the drop downs, all the pickers, all that, completely native to the device.
Really nice user experience.
Yep. And then we keep adding features to it. So, for example, we added a notification feature, and so I just created insulin drip. We're now going to get a native notification on my watch when the notification happens. So you can see on my watch I got a message when that notification happens. So we're integrating across different devices, including the Apple Watch. And this was something that we were able to do very quickly, again, because we were capturing all the data and all the logic from the original application, and then we started adding new features to it.
Awesome. Hey, look, thanks so much for your time today. It's been much appreciated. Yeah. I can definitely see a lot of value in what you're doing. We've got a couple of customers that we're already talking to. I think there's quite a bit of excitement, and people can see that there's an easy way to transition and a cost-effective way to transition to the mobile world.
Yeah, so that's what we're seeing as well. Great talking to you.
Thanks for your time.